Hello. So this is a mouthful today, isn't it? I'm going to give everybody some time to join in. I think this is going to be a really great discussion. We have a lot to cover. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for everybody to hop on, because it takes a little while, I'm going to share with you little fun things about my day today. I went to get a pedicure today, and I have to tell you, I was so excited. I have to post the picture later. It was these really comfy lounge chairs, and I kind of just sank into the chair and put my feet up. I thought it was going to be the best pedicure ever. Oh my gosh, my leg was falling asleep and it was twitching. The poor girl, oh my gosh, bless her soul for the kindness she had, because I have this little nerve twitch that I get in my feet when I get a pedicure, and it was hopping all over the place, and oh, bless her soul. She was so patient. It was really, really bad. I'm like, okay, I guess that's not a good position to put my foot in. So anyway, let's just jump in and get started. I feel like I have like a shadow on me. I ordered one of those nice little desk lights that you attach to your computer, because the color in this office is so bizarre. It's just very spotty. Anyway, this is really going to be a beautiful exercise, and I believe that it's going to help you just kind of emphasize on the self-forgiveness. A lot came up during the forgiveness week where a lot of people I noticed were having trouble forgiving themselves. That was the number one thing. Every time I asked, what do you struggle with in terms of forgiveness? It was forgiving yourself. So one of the things that comes up is guilt. And it's even a level of self-abuse if it gets to the point that it's sabotaging you from moving forward and being able to do other things. So if you find yourself kind of beating yourself up for a mistake that you made or doing something wrong, maybe you're a perfectionist, I think that this is really going to help you. Just be a little bit more patient, a little bit more loving, and a little bit more kind to yourself. Many times we treat others better than we treat ourselves. So I want you to take this as an opportunity to give yourself just as much love as you would to those around you. Because I know that you have a huge soul, and I know that you care about people and you have a big heart, but sometimes you might forget yourself along the way. So what I've done is I've come up with a list. I have a list of 7 ways that you can help to release guilt. And the first one we're going to talk about is, if something happened and it didn't work out as planned, just know that you did your best and forgive yourself. Look at the exercise that we had a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago now, on self-forgiveness. And there's a worksheet right in the file section. Go through the worksheet and work on self-forgiveness. So if something happened, maybe something tragic, God forbid, this could even arise from maybe a car accident, somebody that you love was in the car and got injured, you made a mistake, you got fired from a job, whatever it was, just accept that you did your best, learn from it, and forgive yourself. Because if you're holding on to whatever happens, it's going to cause you to question things every time something new comes along. It's going to make you want to beat yourself up. And that's not going to get you very far. So be kind to yourself and love yourself and forgive yourself. You're not meant to be perfect. None of us are, including me. We all make mistakes. So just know that you did the best that you can do. And if you made a mistake, know that maybe you didn't know any better then, but you know better now. And as long as you gained a lesson from it, that's what you need. What did you learn from the mistake that you made? Because now is your opportunity to do it better. It does not mean that you have to give up. It does not mean that you can never do it again. If you ride your bike and you fall, you're going to get back on it and keep trying. When you were a child and you learned to walk, what if you fell down and never got back up again? So give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself permission to fall. But get back up. Look for the lesson and get back up. Don't blame yourself for something that was out of your control. Maybe something was happening, it was happening too fast, and you're trying to keep up, and different things are going on, and you made an honest mistake. It was out of your control. You did the best that you can do. So don't blame yourself. Don't hold it against yourself. Know that you did the best that you can do. So a lot of these things are just a matter of reframing them, because if you look at it a certain way, it's only going to hurt you. And if you keep continuing to beat yourself up, you're just going to flatline. You're going to make no progress. You're just going to move across. Nothing's going to have any kind of, growth in there, and you're going to be frustrated. So it's really important to go through these steps. If you are a perfectionist, give yourself that room to make mistakes. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. We make mistakes. We try again, try again, try again. How many times have you heard about famous people that made X amount of mistakes, and then on the 107th time they did it right? Well, maybe it'll only take you 3 times, and maybe it'll take you 100. But keep trying, because if you just give up on the first time, you miss all the opportunity that could have followed that. And usually when you make a mistake, just on the other side of that mistake is the answer. So if you do it again and you really look at it and take your time, you can do it better. So instead of beating yourself up, look for a solution. What if something happened where you stood up for yourself and you were speaking from integrity, and in your heart you did nothing wrong, you were speaking with the best intentions, and it caused problems? I can remember years ago, I was talking to someone, and what was it? I think it was when everything was big with the Wall Street, and people were coming down to Manhattan and they were protesting, and I just didn't want to protest. I don't have anything against people that were protesting, but I just did not want to do it. For one, I have a foot injury and I can't stand that long. For two, I'm not someone that's loud or outspoken, and I feel like I do contribute, but I do it on a one-to-one basis. And I have a friend who's very, very, very strong-minded, and she's definitely an activist. She was one of the people that was helping out and going down to Wall Street and protesting with the 99% or the 1%, all of that. And she got so mad at me and thought that I was doing something horrible by not wanting to participate, and that I was part of the problem, and it just got really escalated. But I know in my core how I believe in doing things, and I think that I can help people with a deep conversation. I can help people one-on-one. Now with Facebook Live, I can share my opinion and my voice here. Everybody has a different way of contributing, and I know I'm speaking from integrity, and it's who I am. It doesn't mean that I don't care. We just all have different ways about doing things. If we all did it the same way, you're not going to have different approaches, or, we can't all think that way. So that's what I mean. If you know you did something from integrity, and you know you didn't do anything wrong, stand your ground and be proud of it. Don't feel bad or that you have to change. If it's who you are in your core, then be true to that. If you're blaming yourself for something, maybe you're looking at how life should have been and what you ought to do and what you have to do. And those are words that's not going to motivate anyone. should have, ought to, supposed to, better do this, any of those type of things. The reason that you're doing it is you think that it's expected for you to do it, guess what? You're not going to want to do it. You're going to do something because it falls into your core values, because you want to do it. And how you look at it is going to be whether or not you succeed in it. If you do it because you have to, it doesn't really feel that good. I should have more time. I should have done this. I should have done that. If you're putting all these thoughts into it and assumptions and expectations, you're not going to get the right outcome. So what you want to do is you want to look at it in a way that is going to motivate you. Maybe it has to do with looking for a new job. I am so excited. I'm looking for a new job. I am looking for a new career. I want to do better for myself. I want to grow. I want to succeed. It sounds a lot different than I should be going through the help want ads. I should be looking online for a new job. Should basically means you're not doing it, but you think that everybody else is waiting for you to do it. You're looking at it from what society expectations are, or people around you, or what you think the standard is. No, look inside yourself and motivate yourself to do it. So that's going to make a world of difference how you look at something. Does that make sense? Very lastly, and this is going to be a little bit deeper, is if this is an ongoing pattern that you struggle with and you constantly beat yourself up and it's a repeat situation where you're always looking at the worst of a situation or feeling bad about it, carrying guilt, maybe there's one big thing in particular, and a lot of times this happens with trauma, I want you to just sit down in a quiet place and I want you to reflect inward, and I want you to get in touch with that inner child and ask, what does it need to heal? What does it need to be forgiven? And just reflect inward and ask yourself what it needs. What kind of love does it need? What kind of forgiveness does it need? What happened that you just need to put it to rest and know that it's not your fault? So just look inward. And if you see that there's a pattern in there, that this comes up for you quite often, where did it begin? Think of the first recollection that you have when you felt guilt and what you need to let go of. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will talk to you soon. Love you guys.